Time to talk some football. Hello, folks. She's happy dad time. On the brothers, go, 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 go. Let's get to the show. Let's go, 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 go. Hey, hey, hey. On the brothers, go, 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 go. Well, we're 12-4. First place in the West, guaranteed a home playoff game at Mosaic. Got that very important ticket. One step higher than we did last year. And that is all you can ask for. Yes, sirree. She's another W on the win column. And a very important one. Now we get to rest a few souls. We had a much better start in this game. That's one positive of this game. One much better start. Went down and scored a touchdown and against the wind. And then we went for 2 points and I go, uh-oh. Man, that doesn't bode very good for the faith in Lothar. Not even going for extra point, going for 2 right off the bat. I guess he's kicking into a pretty good breeze early there. Didn't make the 2 points. I'm going, oh boy, I hope that doesn't carry on to the rest of the game. But that was another big highlight of the game, was Lothar. 5 field goals, all through the uprights, no misses. Ryder, where are you? Come on, Ride. He's falling behind today. Come on, Ride, let's get going. It's a victory for the Roughriders, Ryder. Yes, sirree. Yeah, there was a lot of highlights in this game, but of course I'm gonna be down on the Roughriders again. I don't get down on them because I'm sad that they're 12-4, but I'm just worried about the future. That Western final game, when you get down within the 30-yard line and only get her in a couple times, gonna have to score more points. I know I've said many a time that you'll win most games scoring 24-28 points, but will you beat the BC Lions, Calgary's, Montreal's? You know, it's a toss-up. You know, I know I've said so many times defense wins championships, but you can only hold them back so long, and they're gonna score points on you. And Rourke, he's been playing lights out. And then if we even get by the Western final, is Hamilton, Bo. He's playing lights out, racking up well over 30 points a game. You know, it pretty well says I'm not the only one that thinks the same way. Just look at Coach Mace at the end of the game. Yeah, I'm sure you've already seen it on the highlights. I noticed it right away. That Mika, his buddy Mika, friend and buddy Mika Johnson, tries to give him a Gatorade shower. He gives him the best straight arm in the league, because should be a running back, and he says, F that, this ain't over, you know, we gotta be better. That's the way I read it, and I believe him. You can win scoring 27, but your defense has to play lights out. There was a lot more highlights though in this game. Emilis, man, oh man, what a star, and that one, he got the foot down going out of bounds. Unreal. And then that one, he caught over the defenders, the defender behind his shoulder blades. The ball was on the other side of him. I couldn't believe, for one thing, why that wasn't pass interference. You know, if that's Dembski, Winnipeg, they yell out, they throw that one right away. That's exactly what we got called, except for he caught the ball, you know. But how can't it be pass interference when you catch the ball on the other side of the defender and he's right in your face, smashing you before the ball gets there? You know, that should have been pass interference flag regardless if he caught the ball. You can't complain too much about the reffing. We actually won 2 challenges. And Toronto, they shot themselves in the foot big time. Like I said in the pregame, they got playing for their jobs, and there'll be a lot of guys that might go above and beyond what they should be doing and get a flag called. And we got a couple of them. One bad one where the guy hit Furlan after the play, and Furlan was good enough to walk away and didn't get a retaliation flag, and that cost him 15, and that proved our drive. Like I say, we drove the ball good, but we had a lot of aid from the Toronto Argonauts. And even on that, we got an unexpected challenge on the spot. Usually you don't ever get them to move the ball. But on that play, I yelled at Roughrider Gal. I said, Jesus, Murphy, I saw the field line judge coming in, and he goes only as far as the first part of Cohen's forward progress. Doesn't get him when he rolls, and he comes down and his ball's touching the 35 or whatever it was we needed. I'm going, look at this spot. Terrible spot. And then they challenged it, and they actually changed it. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. And what was the other play that I was wondering what the hell? Oh, that one catch. And then it was right at the quarter. Of course, I don't even know if he challenged it. The bloody replay center had changed the call to no catch. I don't know what I saw. I couldn't tell whether he caught it or he didn't even catch it. If he caught it or didn't catch it. There was no definitive. I couldn't see it. I guess I could replay it again, but what I saw at the time, like I said, I couldn't see whether he actually did get both arms. He had both arms under it, but you couldn't tell on those replays whether it hit the ground. I didn't see it anyway. Some people did, I guess, but I read here this morning. But here or there, we won the game. Like, there was one pass interference that Toronto got. Man, I never would have called that one either. You know, I let him play. And that one there, he just tugged a bit on his hip before when he made the cut, and you know, very minimal. And they yanked the flag. I don't agree with that, but we got the call. But overall, you know, with a completely different backfield, defensive backs, you know, we're played pretty damn good. Like that Benny Sapp, that one play he made, he took on the blocker and then stopped the I think it was the running back swing pass out there, and he held up the play. What a perfect play by him. And then that red one came in and flattened him. He was pretty proud of that. But the guy that really made the big play on that one was Sapp, big time. What else? Oh yeah, that drama with the kicker there. Oh my God, when we got roughing, or we got contacting the kicker. I think we just got contacting the kicker because that's exactly what he did. But you know, the kicker, he should have been on the Academy Awards. He was really trying to sell it big time. It ended up in our favor at the end anyway, because they had a penalty at the same time. But I laughed on that one too. I'm laughing. I said, "Oh, geez, you see the kicker?" I knew that it was a penalty. You can't touch the quarterback. I mean, the kicker when he's got his foot in the air. You're screwed. Yeah, unless you're pushed in. But it was close to being pushed in. But it was his follow through. It was a penalty. You're gonna get called lots. But at least they didn't call it roughing the kicker and automatic first down. What else? I said before, it's so good that we got this big rest. It's almost a month before we play a real meaningful game again. So we got all sorts of options. I'm not sure how many you can put on the 1-game injury list, but I'd be faking even a toe injury or anything to put your players on the 1 game, and so you can bring some guys up off the practice roster. I believe that's how it works. I'm not sure, but I think you got to try all these guys. I think the only guy that I wouldn't rest, and people say they should rest, is they got to keep dressing Harris so he stays in the rhythm. I wouldn't even mind him playing 1 quarter, first quarter, get some rhythm with the receivers. Come on, Ryder. No. Okay, I don't know where I was at. I went and talked to the lady here that I see out here all the time. That's a real Roughrider fan, and he agrees a lot with what I'm saying too. Yeah, I think any Roughrider fan's real nervous right now. Shouldn't be, I guess. We got all the big wins, but we played a team that's out of the playoffs, and that Doge, I said before the game, I like him. He's got a good arm. He fed it in there a couple times really good, and in fact, if you want to really get critical, they could have won that game very easily. Like when they gambled, when they were deep down on the 20-yard line, the guy was wide open for the first down. Just tossed it over to him lightly too. Maybe it's because he threw too lightly, he dropped the ball. And then a few plays earlier than that, I don't know if it was on that set of downs or another one, he threw that one to the end zone. It was maybe a bit high, but that guy got both his hands on it and didn't come down with the ball. There's your game, set, and match, unless we can come back and score one. But I don't know how many injuries we did come out on that game. I hope that Keyshawn Johnson's all right, because he's been one of our prime targets for our second down conversions, and hope he's not hurt. He's got a good long time to rest, and he did walk off pretty healthy looking anyway, so that's a bonus. I said, like, I'm happy that we got that home field advantage. Like, it paid off. Even last night, the crowd was not real big, but they're loud enough that it cost the Argos 2 legal procedures, and those are mainly due to crowd noise. You got them so they can't make. The one was on the quarterback trying to get the play, and then the other one's on the tackle moving early. That's a crowd noise penalty, and that's what's going to be a big advantage in the Western Final, no matter who we play. Be loud when they've got the ball, makes a big difference. But I'll go back to Mace going off the field. You could tell he said, "This isn't over yet, folks. We got no Gatorade smash. We got to be better." I'm just hoping that Mueller's saving those plays for the playoff games, and we get by the Western Final and get to the Cup. My goal for this season. I'd be happy with that. We don't win, it's a 1-game wins all, and I love that they're running the ball a lot. You got to establish that running game, but we got to start doing some play fakes so we can get some longer plays on first down, move that ball more efficiently downfield, I love AJ's pounding them in there. And Houton had some really nice runs. I suppose you're going to see a lot more of him now, but I wish they'd have a lot more of him during the game too. He seems to crack off some good yardage. And because going and being in all these 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 5, you know, it's hard to keep ball control and possession. You know, if you can manage a few longer plays on first down. Like I said, maybe they're saving her to the end. And I'll go out like Coach Mace, the old straight arm, and say, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This ain't over, folks. We want that cup, and we got to get there. Rest your players, boys. Rest your bones. Stay healthy. Stay ready to go. And let's get this cup, boys. We're one ticket closer. We just need one more to get to the cup, and we're there. That's all you can ask, folks. All you can ask. And I could just about break out crying. Been a great season. Been a great season. Go Riders, go! Let's get that cup.